Okay, family, I think we're rolling. So here we go with another music review. Again, another Italian opera. I don't want to promise this will be the only two Italian operas that I present, but I want to include a variety of genre, but I do love the classical music and the operas. Oh. Anyhow, so here we go. This one is from, excuse me if the table's a little wobbly, there's mosquitoes and flies out here, and I'm hitting the table as I move. My high production, high class compost bin on top of a crooked concrete box on top of a crooked table. Anyhow, this one here is called Nessun Dorma, and it's the composer is Puccini, and it comes from the opera Turandot. And so it says in this particular song, Nessun Dorma, no one sleeps. That's what it means. Nessun Dorma, no one sleeps. So this is the opera's protagonist, the one who, the phallic, right? Usually the one that's out there on the stage, being like the main character on the screen for just that moment. And so, and the name of the opera's protagonist is called Calaf, and he falls in love with Princess Turandot. But before the aria, Calaf has successfully answered all three of the princess's riddles, which was a peculiar prerequisite that she had for any suitors that were wishing to marry her. Now, the princess's three riddles. You got to answer these three riddles. If you're in touch with your intuition enough, if you're in touch with your own Holy Trinity and your ability to, because you might not know the answer because you had looked it up in a book, but rather it's something you can pluck from the unified field of consciousness because you are so connected to her, so you know the answers to her riddles. And there are three, and there's so much folklore and all manner of things done on this number three, like the troll under the bridge and answer me these three riddles and I shall allow you to pass, right? 3, the Trinity. Again, here we go. This is, like, let's say the male, the female, and that which they give birth to, that which they procreate or create without, just because it's a Trinity within. All three, he answers all three of her riddles. Yet she is still rebuking his advances. So this libretto, this Nessun, how do you say? The intention, the free spirit behind Nessun Dorma is to tell of how Calaf is sure in his plans to marry the princess, as he has challenged her to a riddle of his own, but just one. And she must find out his name. That's the riddle. That's the thing that she needs to figure out. Like, he answered her 3 riddles, and now she's got to find out what his name is. By the morning. She has to do this by the morning. And if she cannot learn his name by the time the sun rises, she has to marry him. So that's the... That's the way he flips the script on her to say, like, look, I've passed your standards, your Trinity, your 3 riddles. Now, you have to know what my name is, and I'm not going to tell you. You have to know. You have to guess it. And if you can't guess it by the time the sun rises, then you will marry me. That's... Anyway. Now, let me share with you some of the lyrics in English, because things are lost throughout the translations, especially when you're talking about, like, even I have Italian friends that are born and raised in Italy and speak perfect Italian, and I will say, please listen to this opera and tell me what he's saying. And even they will be like, what? I don't know. We don't talk like that anymore. So, but this is a rough translation, and it's the way it makes me feel when I think about these words. It says, none shall sleep, even you, O princess, in your cold room. Watch the stars that tremble with love and with hope. But my secret is hidden within me. My name no one shall know. And he says, no, I will not tell you my name, but on your mouth I will tell it when the light shines, when the light of the new day begins to shine. And my kiss will forever dissolve the silence. Oh, excuse me. And my kiss will dissolve the silence that makes you mine. Vanish, O night, set stars. Set stars. Set is, like, could be setting them in their place, or it could be referring to a set of the Egyptian, there was the sun, that was the god of the day, and then Set was the goddess of the night, or the god of the night. It doesn't matter, I suppose. It depends, right, on how much gender you want to give to the night, right? Because typically it's female. So he's saying here that it could also be that he's saying Set, meaning when Set comes, that's the way the story is told in the ancient Egyptian text, is that the god or goddess, however you want to look at it, Set, will conquer or kill the sun. And that's where we get the word sunset. But just for the night, and then the sun is reborn. So he's saying, set stars, set. At dawn, I will win. And that's the end. So I want to post these in the show notes, including a link to, well, it's not the original recording. I'm looking all over for an original recording. And I used to have this on CD until I decided everything would be so much easier if I can convert it to a digital format that was loaded on an iPod that Apple put in a library and then sold to everybody else until my original file became corrupted. No hard feelings there. Just lost. I don't know, man. You know those old Case Logics? They're like this thick and could hold like 250 CDs. So you put the CD in front and then you put the little insert to the CD's albums with the cover art and the list of the songs that are in that album on the other side. Well, I had so many CDs. I had like 4 of these Case Logic, 4 or 5, I can't remember now. I think it was 5. And I doubled up. So I put the album cover paper that came inside the plastic CD casing in with the CD on the same side of the pocket, and then on the other side I used it for another CD. So each one of those Case Logics is what they called them, like where you held these. That was the name anyway, I remember. So each one of these had 500 CDs original CDs that I purchased for anywhere from as cheap as maybe 10 or 12 bucks. And some of them I spent hundreds of dollars because they were collections, right? Original recordings and stuff. And I had 500, so I had 500 CDs in every one of these Case Logics, and I had 5 Case Logics, so what is that? 2,500 CDs. Anyhow, the original recording is almost always the best because it's more rustic, it's more, you can hear that, I forget what they call those. They're like the old-fashioned microphone, or not microphones, but the record players. But they had those big, like flower-shaped kind of things coming out where the sound came out, and you had to wind it up, and you could hear as the needle was skipping over the wax, whatever the material was for that recording. You could hear this crackling, kind of scratchy thing in the background. That's what I'm talking about. That's bonito. So if you can find, yeah, I recommend. But this one here, I'll put in the link, is I guess the best of all that I consider the best of all the options that are out there, and it's sung by Pavarotti. Anyhow, so enjoy Nessun Dorma. Enjoy, and until we speak again, ciao for now.